All right, good afternoon, everyone. Happy Friday. I wanted to make another video for you about the volume tool that I've created. Now, I want to take a little bit of time here to show you how it works and how you can look at it on larger time frames for various different instruments. All right, so let's just start out by taking a look at it here on well, let's look at it here on the ES, okay? Now, this is the ES7 range. Now, the way you have to think of this is the volume is the flow, right? The volume is the flow. That's where you want your order to end up going. That's the direction you want your order to end up going into. So if the volume is bullish like this, you want to be buying pullbacks to jump back into that flow. All right. If the volume is bearish like this, you want to be selling pullbacks like this to jump back into that flow. All right. That's how you got to look at it. And and what I have here, this is just an ES7 range chart, the normal 7 range chart that I use every day. You guys, there are people who don't like scalping, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. People who don't like scalping and they want to use larger time frames. So we'll get into that in just a minute, all right? But this right here, I'm using the TVT volume, and on this one I have it set to 45 seconds, all right? Now, the reason I have it set to 45 seconds is because, during the busier time of the day, 45 seconds is going to be several bars. You want to have the volume cover several bars of whatever time frame you're using. On a 7 range, 45 seconds during the morning session is going to cover several bars. All right, when the ES is actually moving around, that's what you want to have. Okay. Now, if I move this over here to a larger time frame, and this is the YM, but let's just put it on something else. I'm just going to go by the alphabet, right? A. And A is Agilent, right? It's it's an equity. And this is on a 6-hour chart. So down here in the volume, I got the volume on a 9-hour chart. All right? Because I know every one of these up here, 9 hours is going to cover more than one candle. 9 hours of volume is going to cover more than one candle typically, right? So that's what I want you to think of. Now, now that I've jumped to the larger time frame, let's just go down that road for a minute. All right, we're on a 6-hour chart right here. So you're only going to get actual signals, twice a day. You're going to get them at 9:30, you're going to get them at 3:30 on a 6-hour chart, but you can drop that down to a smaller time frame if you want to. And it's all going to work the same. You're going to be looking for this to get up into the overbought and this to be showing the volume, okay? Now, the way that this works, usually you want it to be coming out of the overbought with a larger time frame, coming out of the overbought, heading toward the volume. Now, this line that I have right here, this is a plus 95 and a minus 95 that I have showing right here. I like to see it get up there and touch that. All right, get up there and touch that. You'll probably be over trading if you don't let it go to the to the extremes like that. There's a lot of them that almost get there, and then they work out well too. But you might end up over trading that way. So let it get there, and then go back into the direction of the volume. Okay, and you see there's one right there that worked out just fine. There's one right here worked out just fine, and that's I mean, you can just go through the alphabet like B. Let's just grab something B. Boeing, doing the same thing. All right, you excuse me. It gets up here into the overbought, starts to move back down into the volume. You sell it, and it goes down. All right, over here, right here, we'll say that didn't actually get all the way there. Here, this one did. Right here, it gets into the oversold. It starts to go back up into the volume. You buy it. It's as simple as that. And I mean, this is just random. You go with C. I don't know what C is. Citigroup. Okay. Do the same thing with Citigroup. Gets into there, starts to go back into the volume. You buy it. Gets over here, starts to go back down into the volume. You sell it. The same stuff. All right. It can't get much simpler than that. Now we'll go back here to the ES. I'm talking about different time frames of the day here now on the ES. We're using range bars versus minute bars versus time-based bars. Okay, so down here, if you look the way it is, using the same 95 and minus 95 lines. And this, by the way, is part of the TV Trades range trigger. This right here is a synthetic divergence inside the TV Trades range trigger. That's the only line that I have showing down there. Now to set it up so the 95 and minus 95 are in there, I actually put on the optimum trigger, and then I shut everything else off. Almost everything else I shut off, and down here, the upper and lower limit, that's the 95 and minus 95. The optimum trigger upper and lower limit. If you want to have it, if you want to have that put on there automatically by the tool, But that's what I'm using down here, the synthetic divergence on top of the TVT volume. Now, if I move this to a new pane above, you'll see that's just synthetic divergence, and this is just the volume. So I just lay them on top of each other like that. And that's all you got to do. All right. So now you're looking at the same thing right here. You're looking for it to get into the oversold. Now with this, it doesn't have to pull back. It doesn't have to head back in the same direction. It's a shorter time frame. It doesn't. You don't want it to head back in the same direction. Actually, you want it to get into the overbought like that when you have the volume down there. You would sell the open of the next bar. Okay. And the other way the other way around for the long trades. There are some long trades on this, I guess. Let's go all the way back here. Here we go. Long trade right here. All right. You want to get into the oversold and buy the open of the next bar. All right. And now there are some folks who you may want to mix this up a little bit, right? And say, well, why are you only looking at equities or ETFs over here? You could look at the same thing. Look at the ES over here, right? Now you're not going to want to look at the ES on a 6 hour, but you can look at the ES on, say, a 1 hour. And then down here, put the volume on a 3 hour, all right? And then you'd be looking at the same thing. You can use options on this, or you can just trade the ES this way. You can trade a micro this way, however you want to do it. But you're looking at the same thing, right? You get up here, you sell the open to the next bar when it's going down into the into the red volume like that. The same thing again and again and again. All right. It's up to you, however you want to play it. But one of our guys, well, there's a couple of guys. One of the guys that we have, one of our subscribers, a longtime subscriber, has asked me to look at the larger time frame stuff, and so I just did that for him. And one of the other guys, both of the guys have been longtime subscribers at TV Trades. He's using this here he's using it on gold, he's using it on the NQ, and he's using it on the ES and doing really well with it. When the markets get faster, you make the volume smaller. When the markets get slower, you make the volume bigger. Okay. That's basically what you want to do. That's the rule of thumb. Now, I haven't figured out a formula for it yet because I don't know when the market's going to be faster or when the market's going to be slower. You don't want to have to be going in there and changing things around all the time. But but basically that's it. And this just works again and again and again and again. You want to jump into the flow of the volume once it's pulled back adequately against it, where it should stop going when it's pulling back. It should stop when it's getting into the extreme overbought or extreme oversold. It should stop going in that direction and then jump back. All right. All right. So I want to keep this video under 8 minutes. So if you haven't taken a free trial with us, just go here to tvtrades.ai, tv-trades.ai. Sign up for the trial there. If you are a subscriber, what I'm going to do with this, is right now you're just going to email me at support@targetviewtrades.com with your TradingView ID, and I'll set you up. A lot of you guys, it's not showing up in your invite only section. When you go to indicators, if I've enabled it for you, it's not showing up in here in your invite only section. You may have to shut everything off, turn everything back on, do all that kind of stuff, refresh it all. If that doesn't work, I'm sending everyone that emails me, I'm sending you a layout that has it already in it. It's got 2 charts like this in it, and it's got a layout in it that has it in it. And if you're enabled, it's going to work in that layout, so you can use that layout. Okay? If you don't have the free trial yet, again, go to tv-trades.ai, hit free trial, and go down to the bottom. It's only $25 a week after the trial, $90 a month, and $9.97 a year. That's it. That's all you need to get started. All right? Thanks, everyone. I guess it's under 9 minutes. Thanks, everyone.